Hello and welcome back to another episode of Army Men of War. I'm your host, MightyMapper123, and today we're going to be covering what happened previously. I'm going to be asking you guys some questions about what you want to happen next, and we're going to be trying to write the series as we go along. So welcome to Season 4, Episode 2. Previously we watched as the Grey Lego army held down this sandpit, this sand fortress right here. They fought against the Green Legos, which are kind of colonies of the Green Army, which is under the command of Donald Grump over here. This right here is Blocktown, by the way. This is where he gives all of his orders. This is Donald Grump's capital city. So in today's video we are going to be doing a battle. It's not going to be in the same theatre as the last one, although we might be coming back to it, as one of you guys, you guys have upvoted this comment right here. This guy seems to think that we should attack again as the Greens and really try to push the Greys out of the centre of the Great Separation, being this would be the trade centre right here, where they tend to open the portals and send their plastic through to their dimension. So being that the Greys won that last battle, we are going to be bringing through the Grey Army. So if you guys remember from Season 1, Field Marshal Grayburn, he got wiped out, he was killed. And according to this guy right here, Field Marshal Grayburn's son, he is going to be trying to avenge his dad's death and also try to bring his dad back. So as we know, there is cloning in the human dimension, and we need to obtain the whereabouts of Field Marshal Grayburn's hat. Because if we can find his hat, that's the only thing that's really left of him. We can bring him back, we can take him to a cloning facility, and we can bring him back. So that's the objective of the Greys. So I want you guys to pick where we should bring in the Grey Army. The Greys have approximately 1,000 troops. I've not positioned them on the map yet, but we can either bring them in over here and try and take blue territory again. This is where the Greys originally came from, this little garage right here. It's now abandoned. But we could try and make the Greys come over here, retake Blue Town, if you remember that from Season 1, and really push on the Blues. But they're going to have their work cut out because the Blues have all of their armies here. Obviously, they're quite strong in numbers, and it wouldn't be hard for the Blues just to turn their forces on the Grey Nation. So let me know where we should bring them in. They can also either attack the old Tan house, which is this house right here, and we could have like an interior battle. They can, so that belongs to the Greens at the moment, by the way. They can attack the Green base from the rear and break down this fence, which will kind of expose one of the Green generals right here. But that would be a pretty cool thing to watch as they break into the garden and attack the Green base. They could attack the Blue base, they could attack the Blue house, or we could just bring them round and avoid battle altogether by bringing them through the flowerbed forest over here. But that is pretty dangerous because the flowerbed forest is home to a lot of Terrans, being the giant spiders which travel in colonies. So let me know in the comments, upvote the best one, and I will pick. Also let me know in the Discord, come and join the Discord if you're new to the series. All the links will be in the description, as well as the previous episode, so be sure to go and catch episode 1 if you missed it as well. So in today's battle, we're going to be witnessing a battle between the Tans and the Greens, because whilst we was over here focusing on the Grey Lego battle against the Green Legos, the Tans decided to push forward as well. So that's a bit fishy if you ask me. Why would you think that the Tans are all of a sudden attacking? I mean, they've been at war with the Greens ever since the fall of Tannenberg, because this right here is General Tannenberg's cousin. His name is Lord Valour. You might recognise him from one of the Army Men of War Legends episodes that we did some time ago, and that was the battle that would have happened and just as we was playing that Lego battle over there. So we can see he is pushed into Green territory over here. The Greens obviously have a base over here. Look, here's a beautiful picture of it. Look at that. And they're going to be bringing up a lot of troops now to try and stop the Tans. The Tans will be expecting some of the Green troops, so we're just going to bring in two armies. We're going to bring in the Tan army, we're going to bring in the Green army, and it's just going to be a huge battle for this huge grass patch right here to try and push the Tans back to the riverbed. So this is going to be epic. Like I say, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm super excited for this new series. If I shape my cursor like this, we're going to zoom right in to the battlefield so we can simulate this battle to see who will win. So here we are on the battlefield, and as you can see, the Tans have done exactly what we thought. They've dug themselves in. This is a huge map that I've made. It is literally a representation of the bigger map that you just saw on the battle map. we can see it is literally just grass everywhere. And if we look over here, we're going to be seeing the green army moving through the grass. So this is hugely nostalgic for me, because I used to do this when I was a kid. I used to play with my toys in my garden, and the grass used to act as a sort of Vietnam forest sort of vibe, you know. So we've tried to recreate this right here. Look, we're going to be bringing up just infantry in this battle with a few APCs, so a sort of mechanized unit. There's not going to be that much in the way of tanks and APCs in this battle, because we didn't have any on the battle map. You see, I'm stuttering. But yeah, so we can see that they've just absolutely annihilated a Tan bunker over here. The Tans do have these pencil defences, and they have a central position right here made up of, well, at least I thought there were soldiers on there. Quick, get on the mortar. But I think the soldiers abandoned the mortar. You know, they're going to get court-martialed for that, especially if they lose this battle. And we're also going to get some soldiers in this bunker as well. I don't know, why did they disappear? There we go. But yeah, we can see there's a central position right here for the Tans. The Tans are going to be bringing in their reinforcements, which is around 500 soldiers, and the Greens are going to be bringing up around the same amount of soldiers, if not maybe a little bit more. I think the Greens have around 700 soldiers, because they'll be bringing more from the base. But like I say, whatever happens in this episode of Army Men of War will affect what happens in the next, as I do like to make them after we've simulated them rather than making them all before. And so we can actually take some feedback from you guys in the comment section and implement it to try and change the outcome of the story. So if the Greens win this battle, then they end up pushing the Tans back to the river. But if the Tans win this battle, then I can imagine they're going to want to push towards Green Base. And Green Base isn't that far from this position as well. We're looking at just like a couple more of these maps in that direction. And if they end up taking that Green Base, they could have a full foothold back in the Great Separation. Good shot from artillery right there. I wonder what shot that was. It a missile or something? Might be a bazooka unit. We do have a lot of bazooka units on the field. We can see the Greens moving up through the brush now. A lot of them as well. Yep, there it is. Oh, these things have got missiles on. I didn't even realise. The Tans seem to be holding their ground. In fact, they're retreating, aren't they? Look. They might end up pulling back, but the rules of the game is if the Greens do take this side of the map and push the Tans right back, then it's an automatic victory for the Greens. If not, if the Tans push the Greens back to their side of the map, then it is a victory for the Tans, unless they can just annihilate every unit as well. But we can see these guys are coming in strength. So, like I say, get involved, tell me in the comments, or vote your best comment. They're abandoning their central position right here. How many troops do they have? Let's see if we can... Oh, they've still got a lot of troops. I think they're like laying in ambush. You can see the Tan troops highlighted in blue, look. And let's have a look at the Greens. Whoa. So the Greens do have a lot more soldiers. But it doesn't mean they will win, because anything can happen. I've seen one soldier take out like a full platoon before. Or because he's got grenades, bazookas, and a better gun than them. It's literally just a matter of shooting into the grass. And what we can see is the thingy moving over there, look. But like I say, dudes, vote in the comments what you want to happen next. Whatever's the most popular outcome, I will try and implement to the series, because in Season 4, even though it's going to be true to the lore of what we've done already, it is going to be written as we go, just like Season 1. The Tans are actually winning the left flank over here. This bunker's been completely abandoned. I think the Tans were like, screw this, we're just going to retreat. But literally, that's like, what, 50 to 100 meters apart? Two armies. Let's have a look at what we're up against here. So yeah, look at all those Tans. This is very equal. This could go any direction, look. They're just sticking to the grass line. Ambushing them, I guess, using this sort of guerrilla tactics. Because that's what these guys are. These are technically guerrillas. These are the Tan Remnants of what once was. Led by General Tannenberg's cousin, who is Lord Valour. We've got an APC moving up, but we have got some bazookas ready to meet them. Can't even see them. Let's pull him back. You're a bit exposed there, my friend. Retreat. Pull back. There's a rock. APC versus rock. Rock wins. It's going to keep him shooting. How are we doing so far? So the Tans did have some vehicles of their own, but I haven't caught them coming in for some reason. They were on the map somewhere. Oh, there's one right there, look. Yeah, so the Tans did bring in some, that's an anti-aircraft gun, isn't it? It's got wrecked. The Greens have just completely secured the central area now. How are we doing on the left? I know that the Tans were winning on the left. But this time round, the Greens seem to have the upper hand. It's really funny, actually, because last time I tested this, the Tans pushed the Greens back. But obviously, I only do one take on this just so I can stay true to the sort of role-play system that we have. Just so I'm not fixing any battles and we're just sort of making it random as we go along. We've got an anti-aircraft thing right there. That's why we can't bring any helicopters or any airplanes. The nearest airfield would be, I believe it would be like Blocktown, I believe. I can't wait to show you guys Blocktown. It's literally a full city made of toy blocks. It includes all the toy races that we have, the Legos, some other races which I want to implement as the series progresses. Oh, look at that. I saw a lot of Greens. Still got more moving in the rear as well. This is like a full division of Greens right here. They've got to push the Tans back. If they don't push them back, screwed. Right, here we go. This is going to be a cool part to watch. Green toy soldiers moving forward. Oh, artillery! I don't know if the Tans have got this in them or they keep retreating. I wonder if we can launch an advance. Let's try and launch an offensive. Come on, we got this. Try and launch an offensive for the Tans. I would do the same for the Greens if they all get pushed back as well. It's because of the superior weapons for the Greens as well. You've got to remember, because of the end of Season 1, the Tans couldn't really upgrade their equipment, so they're still left over with Season 1 weapons. So we're talking like rifles, World War II rifles. I think we called it the Towser. We've also got MP40s and the SG44 as well. Not very effective to M16s and M14s. And M60s especially, look at that guy. So I want you guys to come up with some theories in the comment section as well. Why do you think the Tans just randomly attacked? I mean, they've always been hostile, but they've never launched a major offensive before. Is it through vengeance, do you think? Is it because they want their land back? Because the Tans used to have, well, they used to have the biggest army in the Great Separation, back when they had an empire back in the plastic world. If you do want to learn more about that, like I say, go back and watch Season 2, I believe, in the Tangitan Wars, and you'll really see how powerful they were back in the plastic dimension. Don't know where that landed. This has been an absolute massacre on the green side. But the next battle we can do, maybe we can push the Greens into the Tan swamps, because the Tans have been pushed back into a swampy area which would just be over there somewhere. And that's where Lord Valour would like have his main base and things like that. The only problem is though, if we enter the unknown, and also some of the Tans as well, especially in the swamp, are known for taming the spiders. So could you imagine if the spiders didn't attack the Greens, but, well, no, didn't attack the Tans, but more attack the Greens only? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? But maybe, I tell you what, maybe the Tans and the Greys have just got this little pact going on. We'll have to see. Let me know in the comments. Do the Tans and the Greys have some sort of pact to re-establish themselves in the human dimension? Obviously they've got colonies everywhere, but in this case the Greens have wrecked. They did have an equal amount of salt. Then again, look at that lot. Wow. It's definitely the superior guns, I believe, which has done this. Huge concentration of bazookas over there. But this looks to me like they've pushed them back to the edge of the map, look. Just a matter of time now. Full platoon right there. This battle could have went any direction. definitely feels a little one-sided on the green side though, because they're still bringing infantry in. But then again, so are the Tans, but they're really holding down this position over here, look. But look at that they're up against. Let's see if we can push some soldiers forward. Let's do a full charge. Try and push them out. Charge! Come on, lads. On the flank. Oh god, it gets so laggy when you actually pick a player. There we go. Taking shots. I really want to try and get my call to arms working again, because I'd make an army men mod in call to arms in a second. If you remember season 1, like the first few episodes, you can actually drop in and be a soldier. You can kind of do it on here as well, look, but it just doesn't look as good. At least I thought you could do it on here. Oh, you can't do it anymore. They must have took it out. You used to be able to press Shift and F and you can actually drop into the soldier. But the camera movement on it is just terrible. This is a definite victory. All the greens right here, look. Oh, especially on this flank. So we can see that the greens definitely had around 500 to 1,000 soldiers. The Tans only had around 500 to 600 men themselves. Fortunately for the Tans, they are going to be pushed back on the battle map now, and then we're going to proceed to the next battle. So let me know what they could probably do. Should they retreat back to their swamplands? I mean, I think they've only got like 3 or 4 companies left after this, which is like between 400 and 600 soldiers. We need to sound the retreat from the Tans. This is an absolute slaughter. Push back right to the edge of the map. I think that's all the greens now. They'll stop coming in. I think this is literally pretty much all of the greens. Look, whoa! That's a lot of greens right there. Wow. And then Tans. We still have a lot over here. Let's see if we can turn the flank on them. One Banzai charge on the left. Try and retake this area right here. Go on. Then again, we still need an army for them to fight, don't we? So if this doesn't work, we're just going to retreat them. There's just no way. Right, retreat. We're just going to call the retreat. Whatever I can delete is what we can retreat. That rhymes. Whatever we delete is what retreats. There we go. Delete. I've retreated. 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 And retreated. I retreated. Anyway, you guys retreat. You've done well. You fought well. You just didn't fight enough. Fight hard enough against these greens. They came with too many troops, and that's what happens if you attack green territory. I guess they've got a lot of soldiers, especially in this dimension. I mean, you thought the population was big in the last series. You wait until you see the population troops in this one. They actually have clones in this series. Like I say, that's what the Greys want to do. They want to bring back their leader. Yeah, I don't think there's any more Tans on the field now. Oh, there's a handful. They can cover the retreat. We'll just leave them. Like, what about us? Don't do this to us. Yep. So anyway, that was today's battle. Like I say, if you're looking forward to more, do be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also drop a like on this video. Leave a comment what you want to see next. As like I say, we're going to be writing this as we go along. This has been super enjoyable to make. It's so nostalgic having the big grass back. And just seeing a straight up battle for once. It's been a while since we've just done a straight up head on battle. I mean, it seemed a little bit one-sided on the greens, but this was a green advance. I'm not trying to favour any side or anything, but looking at this, it does look that way. But anyway, I'm MightMap123. I'm really glad if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.